Okay, so again, this is probably the third in a series of tutorial videos I'm doing tonight. I haven't done a lot in a while. I hopefully will get them all uploaded. This one I wasn't going to do tonight, but I figured why not get it out of the way. This has to do with the cycle and basically what's released by the admins. Uh, Previously, what I did was I showed some particular videos that dealt with tagging, such as the BN Edison, and when you look over at the Cajon sub, uh, stuff that had to get out or had to be tagged in order to continue. Now, what you want to do, there's a few things that can be done. First of all, I usually start over with needles. I just start that way because that seems to be the least popular as far as getting cars up. This BPIS SBD1, um, that is only needed as required, and it's to get cars from Pisca over to San Bernardino. So we're not worried about that. There's some crew changes at play here as well. What you're looking for is a balance between what's released and the time. Um, we do have a bare table train Chicago to I don't know where that is. It's on the Cajon sub. A vehicle train's right after it. Um, so we've got up to 7 o'clock. Lately, we've been getting into like a series of trying to eliminate non-essential trains and only essential trains. Now, in the real world, the essential trains would be the intermodals, not so much the manifests. But in our world, the important ones are the ones you'll see highlighted in orange for the most part, with the exception, I guess, of the San Bernardino. I don't know if the San Bernardino trains are lit up in a certain color. Well, there's a bare table train. There's a bare table. Ooh, we don't need bare tables. Going to San Bernardino. I guess we got them now. Uh, just one note: the only time you need to call that train, and that's something to keep in mind too. It's a bare table train that's going to San Bernardino, but it's only a supply train as required. So even though it's here, yeah, we can take the bare tables, but generally speaking, we don't need them. So I don't know if I released it or somebody else did, but I'll mention that. There's a green Z train up there, so we still need those. Um, as far as which needles go. So we've released up to 7:05 a.m. on this side. The next essential train, from what I can see, is coming in at 10 o'clock. Sorry, 8:15. So we're close enough. We got only one train out that way, so we're okay to go ahead and you want to go ahead and go live form and release that train. I think it's SBD6. There you go. So it selected the right one, and you click released if you're in a min. Only if you're in a min, you should have that. If you're not in min, please don't release trains. This is just to show you behind the scenes and for admin purposes. Um, so needles, and then we get continue. Go all the way down, scroll to needles. I believe it's main 2 where they come out of. Okay. So that should release, and there it goes right there. And then there's the download link right there. Download links are automatic. We automatically at the beginning of the cycle send them all over to a box account, and that's where you download them from. So we're up to 8:15 as far as essentials go. Let's take a look at Daggett. Daggett, the next train's at 1300, so I doubt it we're going to get there. So what you're doing is you're going through. Now you see you got one that's released. Um, I'm canceling that train. Just out of I see some are getting some trains. What that is a bare table train that's coming off at Cadiz. The cyan colors are not the important ones. That one's okay, but anything that's going to Cadiz, I don't even know if Cadiz is if the siding's good. So this is another thing here. I'm going to get rid of the former. I'll close that for now. And you can go ahead and here submit another response. So BLACADIS 7. Now it's been released. You can go ahead and just whatever is the last one. BLACADIS 7 pulls up, and you want to look for canceled. And it's coming out of Cajon. And as you can see, I've fixed that bug from earlier. I believe what BNSF. Okay, so that would become, yeah, not UMAS. What am I talking about here? It's not UP West Colton. BNSF West Colton. That's the one. It was one of those. Whatever. Main. Doesn't matter. You're just canceling it. So see, now it goes to cancel at July 25th. Crew changes are already in place. These are okay. There's some Z trains in there. I'm going to keep them released. Here's the problem. We're trying to speed up and get the essential trains going because there's not enough work in our yards. But yet, my concern is when you have trains that are going to Bakersfield, potentially, and we got no trains on the Bakersfield Mojave sub right now. So I'd like to see more trains get onto, but of course these are technically non-essential trains because they're Z trains. They just go from one place to another. Ditto with that one. I'll go ahead and build West Colton. Yeah, see West Colton. Or actually, I'll release it. It doesn't have to be built. It should be. It basically has to be turned in the yard. So. Turned, I don't know. Do I want to put build? I'll just put, yeah, whatever. Release is fine. Technically, it has to be turned. I don't know if it has been or not, but I'm not worried about it. So Cajon. And then you got UP West Colton Yard. Wrong one. I don't know what track it's under. I'll just put yard. Submit that. Now this one I got to put a build. So we don't have a matrix in West Colton, so I don't know what exactly is going on. Oops. You're typing it in and all of a sudden it doesn't want to continue anymore. That's sometimes happens. Where's West Colton? Yeah, oh, there we go down here. It's not Las Vegas. No. Yeah, it is. Okay. So look good. Okay. West Colton, Las Vegas. And you put a build in just to make sure that it's been built in the yard. Cajon. I could have done it with the coal train. The coal train, all we're doing is because we can't simulate the docks yet. The coal train, we just turn around and load it or unload it. So that's all that's done to it. It can, if there's enough DPUs on one side or the other, it can just basically run straight back out or run around the loop or whatever, or the loop track or whatever there is there. So UP West Colton Yard. Okay. I'm not going to worry about the vehicle train. I don't even know if I have it in the system yet. It's white. I was adding these to the system, so we're not going to worry about that. Yeah, we can release that one too. MYSWC, yeah, whatever. Those are not real trains, by the way. They're just fictional. We got like 3 of them that come into West Colton to represent traffic. MYSWC2. Coming off the Yumba sub. Oops. Oopsie. MYSWC, and it's going to be number 2. So we want to release that. And this time that's coming off the Yumba sub, going directly into West Colton. So from the main, just a short little run, but it is an essential train because it brings in traffic for West Colton. Ooh, forgot about that. San Bernardino. Okay, I'll get to that eventually. Um, that's something that has to be tagged. All that is you're basically tagging everything. Pretty sure it just tags everything and goes to Clovis because I don't think we have it in the tag system. Don't quote me on that one. Vehicles, I don't think we have tags set up. I think everything goes to Clovis automatically. Um, it's been a while since, but I won't even check that for now. So bear with me on that one. As far as I know, that's just a build or release and just has to be tagged. Um, that one has to be built. That goes to the Yermo sub. MWCYS1. So we submit another one. MWCYS1 has to be built first. Cajon. UP West Colton. Yard. And we'll submit that. I'm almost certain I'm gonna put a build for this one because as far as I know, it's just a bunch of cars that come in and then they go out to Clovis. I think they all go to Clovis. If they all go to the same place, we don't bother randomly selecting because we don't have storage in that yard. It just basically it all comes in and then empties go back out to Clovis. I think they all come in as loads. Or at least that's how we're setting up the system. So VSBD Clo 1, I'm going to release, or yeah, whatever. I'll put it as a build. Build, all that means is make sure that the train is ready. Um, so if people aren't sure about it, then they'll ask. So build, and we're not BNSF West Colton. Where are we? There we are. Okay. So yep, that's there. This is the one. This is one of the more essentials I was trying to get to. Did that even load up? I need to see that load up. Edit your response. 3. Oh. I actually have a Clo 3. I didn't know I had one. Okay, I'm confused. I shouldn't have done that. Oops, where am I? Oh, I did the wrong one, didn't I? I did Clo SBD3. Okay, so if you make a mistake and you're in a min, what you can do is you can go into the form responses tab, go down to the bottom. I'm glad I made the mistake, see? Because when you make a mistake, so what train was it again we were supposed to be doing? SBD Clo 1. So you just change it, SBD Clo 1. Only admins have access to do that anyways. So there you go, see? Now it shows up. So I was wondering why it wasn't showing up, and that's the other thing too. If you're an admin and you're releasing stuff, and it doesn't all of a sudden pop up there, whether you're an admin or if you're somebody who's just entering stuff into the registry, always check and see if it shows up. It's very important. As you can see, I've made like 2 mistakes tonight already. We all make mistakes. If you find out you make a mistake and you can't edit it, just post a message, let us know, and an admin can take care of it.